That's good. Alright, let's get it. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. Thank you. God, that was hard. Cody, Riley, how are you fellas? No, that's not what I'm playing, is it? There we go. Alright. Mute it. Alright, let's get underway. AE86 Intensifies. We've got the AE86, what are you doing? Go race, shall we? Let's have a bit of fun. Why is fast forward not working on this? Okay, that's weird. Hang on. No, not that one. Settings, emulation. Yes. Okay. Don't know why that happened, but it did. Nevertheless, we move on. Now I can fast forward through the menus. Let's send the Toyota Corolla. F2, how are you, mate? Hang on. Let us move my big ol' head. On the YouTube side of things, bear with me. Bear with me, hang on, 2 seconds, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. I want that all in here. Squeeze it in there. Got nothing at the bottom left of the screen, do I? And bring that there. Yeah, that's fine. Sweet. That looks a lot more blurry once you put it in compared to playing Le Mans Ultimate. Holy hell. Very floaty as well. It's got good turning ability for 100 k's an hour. Oh no. Give me the old switcheroo. Absolutely abused then. What in the world? How are you, F2, mate? You doing well? I look away for 1 second, he just sends it up the inside. How dare he? Up into 4th. Mate, I'm doing pretty well. This is Gran Turismo 3, my friend. This came out in 2003. One of the OGs, this one. This is probably, if you've played Gran Turismo, odds are you've played this one. It's a nice chill game. Played a couple races on Le Mans Ultimate. Won the first one, was uncontested. Second one I started 5th. Got to 4th at the start, because a guy got a drive-through or spun out. No, he spun out. And then I'm just pushing my way through. I was 3 seconds behind the cars ahead, locked in, caught them up, they had a battle, one of them spun, P3, and the last 2 laps I'm battling for my life with 2nd place. He was fundamentally quicker than me, I think. I had a faster 1 lap pace than him, but my consistency wasn't on his level, unfortunately. But the race before, I was only doing 44s, and that race I was doing 43s non-stop, so my pace was improving race by race. I had the 2nd fastest lap time in that race. and I did really well. But the guy that was first, he was doing 41.8. I was like, that's a bit sus. Like, he was 2.5 seconds quicker than everyone in qualifying. Like, I know I'm not the quickest in the world, but he did 2 laps that were consistently insanely quick, and I was watching him, and I was like, that doesn't look like the speed of someone that can do 43s. I'm 41s. I've nearly got a safety rating of silver as well in F, which would be really good. The only problem is, the reason why I want to get silver is because I can only do one event at the moment. I want to unlock the second one, which is little bit longer, I think, and has a higher safety rating and, you know, credentials to enter. So that's where I'm at the moment with Le Mans Ultimate. I'm top of bronze in both categories. I'm just about to get silver in my skill rating. I think silver in my safety rating as well is on the horizon as well. So maybe tomorrow or the day after. I've got a busy couple days ahead of me. So, need to see what goes on there. If I'm on or not. Yeah, sweet. I was looking at my YouTube stream at the same time, then thinking that was... Hang on, before we go anywhere. Wrong button. They're both off, but they're both on there. I have to turn them in here, turn them off in here, don't I? That's frustrating. There we go. Alright, that's better. Wheel spin, baby! Make it a bit more interesting now, won't we? Couple of Honda Civics in front. I love Gran Turismo, man, but Gran Turismo 7 leaves a lot to be desired now. Its car roster's getting worse with all the cars they are adding to it. Like, it's actually getting worse. I don't know, the essence of it's not there anymore, I'd say. Like on Gran Turismo 7, I don't think I really put any tuning into any cars. You know, and even in Gran Turismo 5, I had to race cars that were beyond my race pace with a car that was fundamentally slower. But because I had to, what I did was, well, look at it's the terms of quantity versus quality. If you look at the last 2 or 3 monthly updates of GT, they've added SUVs, people carriers, wagons. Like they added a I'll see if I can bring it up quickly. I'll show you what I mean. Hang on. See if I can quickly bring it up for you. Put it on the screen for you, and I'll show you what I mean. Page 2 then. Update. There we go. 158. Okay, no. Information. All then? There's not even any coverage of what cars they've added. News. Here. So, if you look on screen here, those are, I mean, this is the cars they added last month. The Lancia is a great car, don't get me wrong, but they added a Citroen from the 90s and a SUV Peugeot. The one before that, 2 cars were good. You got the Ferrari Superfast, I think it's called, and the Corvette, but another SUV and a K car. So fundamentally, 3 cars that were decent. Another a CX-5 Mazda, a Renault Kangoo, and the Aston Martin Valkyrie. The Peugeot 205 is good. Unimog, why? The classic Civic, CRV, CHR, whatever it's called, that, and a custom Formula 1 car that was used in the Formula Gran Turismo Worlds. If we go to page 3, we can see, and it's consistently maybe one okay car, like a GTR, an R35 Skyline we've had in about 10 times, and a Evo, which I think we already had a version of, it was just a different version of it, and a Toyota van. This November one was decent. Porsche Vision GT, the 1950s Le Mans. Like, this was a decent update, but they still had a Jimny. And then 1.49. That was actually a decent. Oh, it's because it had a new physics and everything. This was a good update. But more often than not, they're adding cars that we don't want. Like a classic R31 was alright. Volvos. I think people would like that Volvo there. If these cars were in the game at launch, people would think they were great cars. But because they're not, they're being added during the
F2164 says to chat the graphics the car was bad at the same time. What GT is this?
I forgot about that. The issue with it is they're adding cars. Jax, it's Gran Turismo 3, mate. The issue is that the cars they're adding, they should be adding when the new Gran Turismo comes out. I know why they're doing it. They're doing it because if they add them all with the new Gran Turismo, they'll think, oh, the only new cars they have added are these crap boxes that no one's ever going to use except in the early game. So I see why they are adding them, but they're adding them and no one's ever going to use them. And they're more of an inconvenience to race against than anything else. What the game needs to be doing right now is adding a better way for the economy, because the game's been up 3 years now, and there's not been a single new race event to earn money on. They've got 6 endurances in the game that once you've done them once... Jax, this is on the PlayStation 2, this game. I'm playing on an emulator at the moment. This is the foundation for all modern Simcade games.
F2164 says to chat last time I played GT7. It was just before the July update, but I just don't feel it's got continuity.
The game's out of date as well. All the Le Mans, all the GT3 cars, majority of them I should specify, are from the 2016s. Like Ferrari have released the 488. It is a fun game, man. It's heavily nostalgia for me. But this was the first PlayStation 2 game for the Gran Turismo series. And it's iconic. It's the best-selling racing game of all time. It was just a template for things to come. And you compare this to the most recent one, Gran Turismo 7, which is on the PS5. And the online function, even then, there's so many things wrong with Gran Turismo. I've got a video on my YouTube channel talking about it, saying this is what I changed about Gran Turismo 7. It's a meme between my girlfriend and I. And if you host there's no party chat online. You can't chat to anyone unless you do a party chat with them. That's frustrating. You can't. There's no little things like reverse grid based on previous results would be a great thing to have. Because I love doing races where, the people that don't always win have a chance because they start further up the field, and the best guys start at the back and have to work their way through the traffic over a 10-lap race. In public lobbies, you can manage dirty driving kind of thing if you could host ranked lobbies. But there's just so many limitations of what the game can do. I remember Gran Turismo 5 and Gran Turismo 6, I'd host lobbies, and it was clean racing, clean or kick essentially. Race winner chose the new track, and P2 chose a new. Well, we got 2 now. We're going to sell this one. Forgot that was the first guy you won. But I think this game was beautifully tuned in the fact that it had good challenges, good progression. There's obviously ways to break the progression if you wanted to. How do I change? Can I change this? Hang on. GT3 change units to... Is it metric? Yeah, it'll be metric system. Navigate to the me setting. No, not the watch, the game. Gran Turismo 3 change units to. Alright, you can't. I can't change that. That's a bit rude. Oh, Bailey, mate. How are you, mate? Thank you for the follow. Appreciate you. Can't change it to kilometers now, which is a bit frustrating. But we'll fast forward through. What's the next event we can do? The FR Challenge. Grand Valley Speedway. I think in Gran Turismo 3 they didn't have any of the short versions, did they? I think they only had the full length tracks. Well, there's your example. We don't have Grand Valley East. Got the red one to our left. We're in his toe. We've also got an ECU upgrade on it, giving us a little bit more power. Got that inside line. And the worst thing is, I would argue that AI on Gran Turismo 3 is on par with Gran Turismo 7's AI. You got GT Sophie, which when Gran Turismo 8 comes out, which is probably in the next year or so, let's be real. I hope so. That it will be Sophie only, and PS4 users will have to use their wind turbine of a console on something else. But this is Grand Valley Speedway. This was one of the most iconic tracks in Gran Turismo. It was the first endurance race on Gran Turismo for the Grand Valley 300, and they remade it as a highway in America. I wouldn't mind if it was like a mountain range in Japan. It's a Japanese game, but they remade it they didn't make it a good track either. Like, it's fundamentally similar, and at the end of the day it's the layout, but I don't like the aesthetic of the track. It's Grand Valley Speedway, and they've changed it to Grand Valley Highway. Like, look how they massacred my boy. I've just realised I'm P5. It's not a good look. We're going to take this Corolla as far as we can as well in this game. Surely we'll win. 3 seconds behind a Mercedes. Ah, yes, the corner. We might have not put enough performance bars in this. It'll be good in the corners. I like how that Corolla's keeping up with us through rubber banding, but we can't catch up to the cars ahead. We're in the draft of the Miata. We should be quicker than it in a straight line. I don't think we're going to be quicker than a BMW and a barely tuned Corolla, though. Come on, let's get P4. Then we'll put some parts in this after this. Into 5th gear. It's all happening now as he abuses me. But like I said, abused. Yeah, we're not gonna really do much here, are we? I think we just call quits on this race, because we're not making much progress. I think we're about as that's an MR2 in P1. Got twitchy steering. I'm not far behind, that's the frustrating thing. I need maybe an extra 5 brake horsepower and I'd probably catch him. I gained about 6 thousandths in that sector. Yeah, no, okay. And that's the end of my race. Alright, let's put some parts on that. I've absolutely mugged myself there. Can I put a turbo on it? I can. How much horsepower does it give me? 177. Don't have the money to do anything else. Alright. Okay. Suspension. Can I put a sports one on? Can I put buy brakes? 4.5 grand. No. Any more parts here that I can buy? Put a sports. I don't want to put waste parts I don't need necessarily. Can I afford a clutch? Jesus, the clutches are not. No, it's a flywheel. Okay, make shifts faster. Okay. Okay. Let's just. We'll put the clutch plate on. Alright, that should make us a bit quicker. Alright, let's do that again, shall we? Let's do what we can. Look at that turbo. Oh yeah, now we're cooking. Initial D intensifies. Oh god. Okay, I am there, sir. Sir. That was a bit unnecessary by you just saying. Grass. Fun. That's much better now. Handling a lot nicer. By handling, I mean just goes faster and changes gears a bit nicer. Didn't put a suspension on or anything. Sylvia's still pretty quick though. Handles a bit nicer than me, I think. We've got the straight line speed there. Come on. That Sylvia's quick compared to our little Corolla. We're in his draft though. That little 5-speed engine. We're gonna get him 200 k's an hour. Up the inside, we've made another position. He's coming back at us. No, we've got the grass a little bit there. Might be. We've taken first place. pulling away.
George Neal 23 says to chat hello.
Hey George, how are you, mate?
George Neal 23 says to chat him ALR. I think my wheel has broken though.
Oh no, man. What wheel have you got? Did you say you had a Logitech?
George Neal 23 says to chat I've only got a Thrustmaster 458.
Oh, is that the Ferrari one? It's a bit, is it a bit dated, that model? How long have you had it for?
George Neal 23 says to chat yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just general wear and tear on it, mate. It's finally made it wear out, potentially. I mean, my wheels of that, range, like I had a Logitech in the past. G29.
George 23 says to chat I've had it for years, just can't afford a new one.
I mean, if you got a couple $100, you might be able to get a Logitech G29 second hand. I mean, let me just see. I'll find out for you. Logitech pre-owned G29. Oh, yeah, G29's the older model. Yeah, you can see them online for about 230 to $300 used, but obviously refurbished Logitech G29, $160 USD was like what, 280 Australian? You can probably get a decent one for that much, but if you, yeah, at the end of the day, you can just save up for a new one and put a little bit of money away each week. I don't know, $50, $100, whatever the number is that you can afford to do. And, oh, not again. Yeah, go from there. You can probably buy one. If you probably don't get one too powerful if you don't have the setup for it. They'll have events on eventually, sales, which probably bring of primary ones that make it a bit cheaper. Got 2 people watching on the YouTube side of things. Welcome. Or maybe one person. I think I'm one of them. But if you're watching, send us a hello. Let us know who you are, where you're watching. If you've got any questions, let me know. Boop.
George Neal 23 says to chat you'll have to have a look at some second-hand ones. Yeah,
second-hand. There's always money in second-hand. Just do your research and read the description of how the person describes how they used it in the past. If they usually when they say, "Oh, upgrade," it usually means it's in good condition. If they're just saying, "Oh, I'm just, don't use it anymore," it might sometimes it's hard to say because I had a Logitech G29 and the gear shifts started going on me, like it wouldn't change gears every time. Saying that this one's doing this a bit lately as well. But it's very rare. Tell you what, even with the upgrades on this, it's struggling still. Not struggling, but I'm having to work for it. Yeah. No, there's a wall. No, dodge the wall just. Around the outside. And it hits me. How rude. It's a late turn in here. Is that a Salati or a 180 SX in front of us? Have the drive on the exit. I think I'm in the draft just here. I think we'll short shift this time because we've got a low end turbo. Ooh, that leg's going to sleep. Oh, he's pulling away from me, isn't he? Pro strats. Pro strats! Pro strats, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, if it happens online, it's a pro strat.
George Neal 23 says to chat, you're well, he'll have to catch you later, see you later.
No worries, George, mate. You have a great night, mate. Good luck with getting your wheel fixed or getting a new one, man. He's catching me. Oh, a little bit of oversteer there. A little bit quicker than he was there. The headlights are a bit out of sync on those cars, which is a shame. Not a deal breaker. It's like one of 2 or 3 tracks that actually has headlights. Yeah, it is what it is. Half a second win. 1.5 grand. Alright, Apricot Hill. Let's go for it. miles an hour in second gear. Let's go. Hey, Lockie, welcome. Toby, welcome to you as well, mate. I know we've got 2 rapid cars ahead of us, the Sylvia and the 180SX, and that's SLK Compressor, I think it is, in the lead as they clip the grass. Oh. So we get 3 moves and 2 corners. Let's move up the field a bit more. We're in the beginner category and we're versing Mercs. That's a bit murky, if you ask me. Come on, turn. No, too much turn. Poop. Oh, frame drops there. You always get I get 2, like a double tap of a lag spike and then a 3rd lag spike. About a second later, it always happens for some reason. That's a quick Mercedes, frustratingly. Oh god. Shambles, shambles. I'm not used to this track in reverse. Well, I've been pressed wide there. I didn't think I'd be abused by a Miata today on a track, truth be told. I think I'll have the straight line over him though. Hang it, come on. I'm hoping he hits the sand here. A little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we have to engage some more pro strats. We've got a hairpin coming up. No, just at the inside, fuck it. Keep it clean. However, we will keep him wide there. Get defensive. Gonna hold that place. Pull it away from him ever so slightly. It's quicker than the corners than me. It's a bit rude. Turned in early again. It's a blind left-hander, that one. Watching my back end here, he's coming for me, but I think I've got the space here. Yeah, we got the straight line now. You wouldn't think that of a Mercedes. AD franchise, mate. Toyota Corolla, the AE86. Tokyo Drift Intensifies. Initial D, all that nonsense. Yeah, when we got the picked the car, I was chatting with them. I was playing this the other night. I had choice between the red one for Red X2 or the white one, and they said you got to go classic with the white sushi mobile. Is it sushi that delivers or noodles? It was built for you, mate. Nice one. Oh, we got a nice Sylvia for this one. It's quicker than my car, but we are going to be committing long and hard to the Sprinter Truno GT Apex Corolla. Is my car light enough to go in this one? No, it's not. I don't have the car for it yet. American 80s B license. Now I don't know if we're quick enough. I'm assuming we're going to be up against the Mazda RX-7 here. Fair enough, man. It's good and nice to have a good variety of what you can have in life. Fair enough. Come on, send it. Fair enough, man. As long as you're having a good time. Come on, we're gonna get past these guys. Can I go around the outside here? Oh, he's got the special. Oh, in the wall. He's got the special version. How do I get that version? Can I get He has got the initial D one, I think. The initial D one does have the what do you call it? The red the black carbon fiber bonnet, doesn't it? Nice. Have a good one, mate. Oh, what a send. I think that one's got some parts on it, ladies and gentlemen. Goodness me. Yeah, it's got a lot of parts on it. Hi, Corey, mate. It's Gran Turismo 3. Probably the grandfather... Well, maybe the step-grandfather, because obviously Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 2. But this is the Gran Turismo that kind of set it all off. Setting the gold standard for racing games back in 2002 or 2003, I think it was. Yeah, mate. It's an old game, but it's what set the world up for racing games. This is what Forza's original template was built on. All racing games, all proper racing games, I should specify, their progression template, their authenticity, all stems from this game, and it's aged like fine wine, this game. 2003, and even though it's upscaled to 4K, the graphics are still insane to this day. I think this is a launch, not a launch, but a borderline launch PlayStation 2 title. It's just a good time as well, man. It's always good to take a trip down memory lane. Am I quick enough to stay ahead here? Because I know he's got the straight line on me here. He has got sports tyres on, I'm pretty confident. But we're miles ahead. We pulled away. That's another race win, ladies and gentlemen. Have the same car as mine? Or is it different? No, it's the SS version. Yeah, I want that version. Cheeky 2.5 grand. I think we'll put some more parts on it, shall we? Do we need the tyres? What is simulations? What does paper for driving? Okay. Simulation tyres, eh? We got 2.5 grand left. What can we do with 2.5 grand? Not a lot by the looks of it. I can buy a basic muffler. Put that on there. If you're wondering why the game's speeding up, I've just got it set to fast forward, so we're not wasting too much time on things. Last thing I want to do is waste people's times trying to navigate the menu. If people think I should start doing more licenses, you want to see me do more license tests, let me know. I can go get a head start on them. But right now we're trying to get as much progress as we can with the first license being done. I will be doing my best to avoid using trophy cars from the licenses, because they break the game, especially the S license. You get the Viper concept car, which is an absolute unit of a car, has to be said. What type of car is this one, mate? This is the Toyota Corolla AE86. Very iconic thanks to the anime Initial D. It was the last Toyota Corolla to be rear-wheel drive. And it was an 80s car as well. This is the last Toyota Corolla from the 1980s. From rear-wheel drive Corolla from the 1980s. They haven't made a rear-wheel drive one since. So obviously it's a family car, but it's got a very good it's got a lot of heritage, this car, in terms of anime. Like I said, just the driving nature of the car. Put sport tyres on, put a muffler on it, it's driving a lot faster now. Super sport version of this. I know a fair amount about cars. I'm no like guru. There's a lot I don't know. But I think when it comes to Gran Turismo and the cars that's in the game of Gran Turismo, I know a lot. Like that's a Mazda RX-7 in Gen 3 or Infinity 3, something like that. I don't think, which is weird, I think, because I don't think it was the third generation. I think it's just like a Mazda RX-7 3 or something. I don't know. It's the 80s version of the RX-7. It's boxy shape I didn't like back in the day, but I've got more of an appreciation of it. I want your carbon fiber hood. Or at least your painted black hood anyway. But, oh no, he's still there. He's not letting go. I think we got similar tuning here. Hang it around the outside. Oh, there's a wall there. Not a pro strat, that one. Tight right-hander. He's struggling up the hill. Turning in. Oh, that spooked me. In the wall a little bit. This is one of my favourite tracks in Gran Turismo history. Thanks for sharing the live, mate. Appreciate the love. Turn right, please. Okay, now turn left. Okay. Oh, I've understeered a bit there. He's coming for me. He's coming. Oh, that curb slowed me down. Wasn't expecting that. Side by side. Keep it tight to open up the right-hander. Hang it round. Good enough. Did better than he did anyway. Yeah, we pulled away there. Better line on the exit of that right-hander. Allowed us to slingshot ahead. And we'll engage the afterburners, I think. When it's confirmed, I can fast forward. And nearly on the final straight as well. But yeah, that's a good little... I think that's another championship done. I should have it saying Gran Turismo as what I'm playing on the thing. Yeah, it does at the bottom right. Maybe it'd be better if it was... No, you can't see that. Maybe if I put it in the middle. A few people have come in and asked what I'm playing. Zoom that down. There we go. And now we're up to... Okay, no. Every time. Nobody cares. Alright, let's do that again, shall we? Corolla's been in every race. Both the slow one and the fast one, and the RX-7. Chicane's a lot more tighter than it is on Gran Turismo 2 there. These are the cars of the 80s. The OG RX, I don't know if it's the OG, but it's probably the most popular. I think all RX-7s are beautiful, to be honest. That one's are just... Like I said, I didn't appreciate the RX-7 growing up. In the last, like, year or so, that shape is just... Mwah. I do like the modern RX-7, but it's just over-popularized, I guess. The inside, mate. You left that open, and I took it. You think the Skyline would be the quickest here? Get in the wall. You think an R32 Skyline would be the quickest here? Maybe it's the rear-wheel drive variant, so it's not as powerful, or it's got worse handling, maybe? Thanks for the follow, Jack. An RX-2? RX-2. Which was the RX-2? No, the RX-3. The RX-2 doesn't ring a bell for me, unfortunately. It must be a more classic one, obviously. I know someone who's got a... No. I think my old man showed me a video of some with like a collection of RX-3s and maybe some RX-2s. Early 70s. I just wish they continued support for the rotary engine. Maybe innovated its reliability so then it was a more popular engine. Because there's obviously... It's a masterpiece of an engine, has to be said. Ladies and gentlemen, that is not a pro strat. Not my best line through that corner, has to be said. And hopefully rubber banding will help me catch up here. Because I know they've... Okay, that's another wall. We've got to not do that. Thank you. Mr. RX-7. Kind of. You've put me in the wall a little bit. And then you've blocked me. Alright. Alright, turbo's engaged. I think we'll have to do this one again, frustratingly. Oh, God. Yeah. I'm trying to read down. They did massive a shit roadie unveiling last year. I think it was a hybrid. Ah. Yeah. There's a seal that's a part of the rotating. Yeah, the I know the seal you mean. It just wears away over time, doesn't it? And then once that seal's worn away, it can't obviously the seal's not perfect. Air's escaping or fuel and air's mixing in the wrong chamber or something of the rotary. And as a result, it's misfiring and then bang bang go boom boom. Yeah, that's it, apex seal. Ladies and gentlemen, I may have a pro strat opportunity here. Oh no, I've twitched the steering. It all depends on how he brakes for this corner. Ah! Pro strat's failed. It is what it is. What we will do, however, is just fast forward to the end. And we're going to have to do it again, sadly. Yeah, Seattle was a great circuit back in the day. I mean, I think that they didn't recreate it for later Gran Turismos, allegedly because of all the earthquakes or something that happened in Seattle. Can't remember too sure. I just remember there's a reason why they couldn't, because they wanted to recreate it as real as possible. I don't know why they just don't go off this and say Seattle Classic or something. Let's get that mouse off the screen. You know what's interesting is in Gran Turismo 2 they had Seattle short. The thing is I don't know why they can't bring back Seattle, because they've brought back, I'll just do a reskin of it essentially, because they reskinned Grand Valley to a design that nobody wanted, that desert track on a highway in California. When Grand Valley was meant to be a circuit just outside a city, if you look back at the scenery of Gran Turismo 2 and 1, but on Gran Turismo 3 and 4, and up to 6, it's more of a just like a valley, like a proper valley. And then Gran Turismo 7 was like, you know what we're going to do? We're going to put it on a desert highway. People didn't ask for that, so we'll give them what they didn't ask for. They don't know what they want. And it's like, well, we do. We know we just want... If you're going to bring back a classic track, bring back a classic track. No, not one person asked Grand Valley. Yeah, Deep Forest. I've been playing a lot of Deep Forest Raceway on the older Gran Turismos because I've been playing them all. I need to swap these around so I can actually read the messages when they come through, because no one's commenting on... Okay, let's... exit split screen. And let's just have... Don't do that. I hope that didn't bug anything out. Why did it shut everything down then? Oh, that's going to make things go crazy, isn't it? Why did that happen then? I'm trying to do that. Go live there. Live center. Yeah. Yeah, Deep Forest, they urbanized it too much in the game. Like they made it like a race that holds actual events in real life. I don't mind what they did with the back straight and made it a hairpin. I think that's good for overtaking opportunities because there wasn't really one before. But other than that, it's not a forest anymore. It's not a hidden gem anymore. It's more of a it's more of like your local race course now. Rumor has it Deep Forest was based on a hidden course in America. Don't know too much about that. Yeah, Gran Turismo 3. Why is this not? I think it's because you haven't subscribed. So if you give me a follow, mate, your messages will come through as text to speech. But yeah, the lighting was really good. I remember there was an interview with Kazunori Yamauchi in a long time ago, and he said the PlayStation 2 was better than the PlayStation 3 because the lighting effects you could get on the game were superior. Like, you've never seen a lighting effect like this since. Boink. Let's not lose him. Chaser? What do you mean, Chaser? This isn't a Toyota Chaser, if that's what you're saying. This is a Toyota Corolla. Oh, no. Bad line. Oh, I've mugged myself there. No, I don't have one in the game, mate. I'm not sure the Toyota Chaser's in this game, if I'm honest. It was in Gran Turismo 2, but it's not in this game. It's the only downside of GT3. Its car roster was quite not abysmal, but they can only put so many cars into it. Yeah, it's... Then they got the Toyota Crown in Gran Turismo 7, which I think is like the Chaser's, like, legacy, I guess. The luxury version of the Chaser. 86, it's a Toyota Corolla, mate. I've got a few parts on it, but this is a custom one ahead of us, and he's blooming quick. But Pro Strats are now engaged. Because he's rapid. Muse S2000. I feel like the Muse S2000 was in Gran Turismo 4. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, because I know they had Spoon, but I don't think Amuse was part of the game back in the day. I've got a core memory. Oh, we got an RX-7. Nice. We're still sticking with what we got though. A Savannah, that's what it was. Can I do anything else long here? Not really. Not in this car anyway. I can do the Spider and Roadster. I can do Clubman. Let's have a quick look. I don't think Amuse is in this game, because I know there's a few Mugans, I think there was, in Honda. But I don't think... Oh, the game doesn't even mention that they're in the game. But I know there's a few special versions of cars, which for some reason they don't have them all, but... I believe so, because I remember using the Amuse S2000 GT1 and thinking, wow, it's a rocket ship of a car. But other than that, yeah. Oh, Romeo. This is a track that people wanted back. And then when they revealed it in Gran Turismo 5, we were all a bit like, this isn't the Rome we wanted. Oh, look at that bag. Imagine back in like 2001, you woke up and thought, you know what, I'm going to go out and buy a Chrysler PT Cruiser. It's got one of the worst cameras as well in Gran Turismo history as well. Look at that box of box. Yeah, we've overtuned the car now for the races. The races we were doing had license requirements, whereas these don't. And now we've got a rocket ship of an 86. I'm trying to read message. We've got 19 viewers right now. Goodness gracious. If you haven't given me a follow, ladies and gentlemen, please consider doing so. I'm going to be trying to pray... Not pray. I'll pray you follow. But I'm trying to play all the Gran Turismos through. I've done Gran Turismo 1 and 2. I do a bit of this. I do some Le Mans Ultimate, a brand new simulator racing game that's just come out. And a few other games as well. I host public lobbies in Formula 1. Yeah, I remember Gran Turismo 5, 2011. My parents were a bit stricter on me with my gaming, and they said during the week I wasn't allowed to play any games on my console, so I could only watch TV, which didn't make sense because I was still behind the screen. But as a result, I would be basically... I would go boot up Gran Turismo 5, and then during the week, I would be booting it up. The 8 hour at Monaco trying to get Senna's F1. You can get the McLaren MP44. I'm not sure if that... I think that was sent as the McLaren MP44. You can get that in Gran Turismo 7 with the Master License. I don't think they had McLaren Senna in this game. Senna's McLaren in this game. I know they had some Formula 1 cars. 78 laps. They had the Formula Gran Turismo in Gran Turismo 4. I think only... Maybe it was just a generic Formula 1 car? Unless I'm mistaken. Oh yeah, knockoff. They had a few knockoff F1 cars in this. Different liveries based on the early 2000s. So nice V10s. You can win them from pretty much any endurance race as well. Which kind of broke the progression in the game if you won the F1 car. Because you did the 150 miles at Super Speedway. And you could win a car that could pretty much beeline every single race in the game. The fact that third gear is required for that corner is insane to me. Yeah, you can get the F90. I think there's two different versions of the what is cornering? Goodness me. You get two different versions of the Formula car in this game, I'm pretty certain. But this game made me fall in love with RUF as well. The CTR2, I loved that car. And this was like when I was like 7, 8 years old playing this game. Oh, cheers, Dr. Booster, mate. Appreciate you, man. You have a good night, mate. If you'd give me a follow, yeah, IFs are great, man. Beautiful cars, man. CTR2 was always the car at max out, and then try and do the test course race in it. And then years later, I found out the Dodge Viper was quicker, like years later, because it never came up when I did it. If you give me a follow, Outtroll, man, I can hear you. Your messages come through text to speech. I'll have to look over and miss the messages half the time. In fact, I'm going to pop the chat out and bring it over to the left-hand side. So then that way, oh, I put the chat there. Oh, but then it'll cover the stream as well. Ah, okay. Then that means it's about to do something crazy, isn't it? Text to speech.
Outtrolled says to chat, I have to leave for work though.
Alright. No worries, Outtroll, mate. You have a great day. Enjoy your shift. Got a lot of people watching though. Special stage route 5. No, excuse me.
Outtrolled says to chat, have fun playing the legend, might have to fire up my PS2 gear, ha ha ha.
Mate, it gets like that sometimes. You see it and you think, man, I wish I could play this again. I'm just playing on an emulator, truth be told. Got my PC playing it, hooked up, upscaled to 4K. Handles beautifully. Even though it looks like it's in 4K, so it looks graphically beautiful. But you can see like the shapes and stuff of a PS3 game. But still, the graphics arguably better than a lot of games out there. But I remember as a kid always thinking that the like the brakes, the brake lights just look like stickers stuck onto the car, and they just change and just put those little light patterns on them to simulate that they're on. But it's obviously what they did do. Yeah, we're a bit overpowered now. Those upgrades for the FR races and the 80s races made us a bit of a rocket ship. And we're comfortably pulling away from the cars around us. Ooh, I had a wheel spin then, which caused my car to lose a bit of back end there. Got a bit of a gap on the cars behind. Look how much graphics are in this game. And look at the cities, the skyscrapers. Obviously, they'll just be there'll probably be blank on the side that you can't see. But like, nothing was like this good looking back in 2003. Like, this was insane. First ever game. Craig, was this your first ever car as well? I almost feel like it's a rite of passage getting Gran Turismo 3 and using this Corolla, or buying this Corolla, because you can afford it at the start, and at the same time it's the first car you win on the Sunday Cup. Absolute classic of a race. Yeah, it's a it's just it's nostalgia, mate. And it still handles beautifully to this day. Like, I could compare this handling to like Need for Speed games of current age, or, you know, the last 5 years, and this still feels more fluid and controllable compared to Need for Speed games of today. And like, this is a Simcade game from 20 years ago. Obviously, it would be considered arcade in today's standards, but it just drives so nicely. Like, the handling feels consistent. Everything is fluid, whereas Need for Speed, everything's just cargo burr. Sometimes. Like, you'd always turn into those games, and then sometimes it would just understeer 100%, or you just spin out, and it's front-wheel drive. It's a beautiful game. Like, look at those graphics. Like, like someone said in chat before, some of the best lighting ever on the PS2, just because the PS2 can do things that the PlayStation 3 couldn't at the time, and I'd probably say they'd struggle to get the level of detail that they got here. But the cars have got body roll in them. The lights are a bit out of sync though. Oh no, they rotate. But they're in a fixed position, if that makes sense. Yeah, for what it was, man. Can never go wrong with this race. Deep Forest Raceway. Now, Deep Forest Raceway, I'd say this is... I don't think I've done Deep Forest Raceway. I think Gran Turismo 5 is the best iteration of it, the layout of it. This Deep Forest Raceway is good, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with it. Gran Turismo 1 and 2, it was a very clunky track. I think it's just limitations of the console. Like, you're always like bumping on the corners because it wasn't a smooth track. Don't get me wrong, this track makes you feel like you're in a forest though. Just like the trees, the foliage. The 3 lag spikes, there's the third one. Like, yeah, look at the light, like the God rays as well. Look how, like that's just insane. I remember as a kid, my dad would say to me, I don't know how they're going to improve on graphics now. And obviously they have. But some of the things they have in here, some games don't even do today. And don't get me wrong, some of them are a bit over the top. Like, I saw some God rays there when it was in the open. But here, like, you're in an actual forest. Got the bridge. Very hilly here. A lot hillier than the later iterations. Obviously in Gran Turismo 7, that tunnel carries straight through for another half K. And then it's a hairpin. And it's a very open downhill section. And it's a full throttle hilly last section. Whereas that's just a left-hander that you've got to be brave to send all out. Thoughts on number 7? I've got a whole video on my channel on YouTube explaining like what they need to fix about the game. A lot needs to change on GT7 compared to previous titles. Everyone's saying its single player mode is good for newcomers, and I'm thinking no, it's terrible. It tells you exactly what you need to do, and it removes the sandbox element of Gran Turismo. Now, I've done every event in that game, and I've done certain events multiple times, and I'm still needing probably about 150 million credits to buy the cars that are all $20 million, and Polyphony have probably justified those price tags of the cars so they can sell you microtransactions where your max revenue an hour, I think, if you really get it down, is maybe 2.5 mil an hour. Sport mode isn't implemented well anymore. It was innovative back in sport in 2017, I would say, or at least on par with iRacing. Today, any person gets S safety rating, and literally anybody, and they can be the dirtiest driver on track because you don't lose much safety rating in Gran Turismo when you have an incident. Like, I've been playing Le Mans Ultimate, and I'm still in bronze safety rating, and I haven't had a collision in 4 races, and I'm only just now getting close to silver rating 0. But I'm bronze 3, and I'm trying to get to silver 1. And the skill rating as well, I think it's... skill rating. Skill rating's pretty good. I mean, I'm A and A+. When I'm trying, I'm A+. When I'm not trying, I'm messing around. I'm still A+, but... last time I went for a run on sport mode, I just did last to first every time. And as a result, I'm just in like middle of A at the moment. Another Mazda MX-5. Another one. What more can I do for the moment? Because I don't have a FF. Don't have an MR 4-wheel drive. Don't have an American car. I have the Mazda MX-5. I can do that one next. Got the Mazda RX-7. Audi TT, Merc, the Atenza, the Vitz. I should win a Vitz at some point. The Yaris, Type R, Evo, Beetle, and I need the A license for that one. Be right back. Sorry about that. The alarm went off for a car outside, and I thought I'd run out and check if it was my car getting nicked. So I was just sending a message. And we're back. Back again for the Renegade Master. We were going to get the Mazda MX-5. The faster of the two. This is the one I won from the license, I'm pretty sure. It's the newer one. Well, I stuffed myself with a double stuffed Oreo. First things first is we do oil change naturally. Now we just put another little ECU chip on it. Nice little boost to the car. Should be more than enough to get going. Why is it the test course? I feel like the Mazda MX-5 won't be quick against the Vauxhall ones. Yeah, no kind. I don't dislike 7. I definitely do enjoy playing it. But it's not their best work. I played it non-stop when it came out, and I do have a lot of great races on there. But
Warden says to chat, I just wish 7 was on PC.
7 would be good on PC. It would definitely open up the player base. But I think Gran Turismo 7 is their last like holy grail on console, because everything has gone to what do you call it? Everything's gone to PC now. Spider-Man's there a year later. Ratchet and Clank's there. Uncharted's probably there. I don't know. Mate, you're entitled to your opinion if you don't look like Gran Turismo 7. I think, like I said, on its own, if it didn't have its brand name, it would probably be rated a lot lower. But because of its legacy, it's a lot more higher rated. It's a beautiful looking game. Don't get me wrong.
Warden
I think
says to chat, I don't like the PS5 controller compared to the Xbox One.
I'm a PS5 fanboy. I'm using a PS5 controller now. Saying that, the PS5 controller, for the amount of money you pay for a controller, why does every controller go bust in about 6 months with stick drift? Like, I've got 2 of these bad boys. I've got the Pro controller on the PS5. So here's my PS5 controller. Here, I've got the Pro one. I've got 2 thumbsticks, which are detachable, ready to go for when more stick drift kicks in. Because this one here, which does have stick drift, you can just take them out and take them apart. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a module there. You lift up the front of it and just very subtly slide it in. Oh, it's a 6-speed. Nice. Whatever console brings out... Hey, Mitch, thanks for the likes. I see you there, man. I need to pay attention to... Yeah, it is the worst part. I mean, I'm a PS5 fanboy through and through. By fanboy, I mean I own everything. I've got the PSVR 2, I've got the PS5 Pro, I've got the PS Pro Edge controller. The only thing I'm missing is the
Warden
official...
says to chat, I'm not sure if I've ever had stick drift.
I never had stick drift until I got a PS5. The only thing I don't have of PlayStation is the PlayStation earmuffs. And I've just got a $700 wireless headset, the Steel Series. And I had to recently replace the earmuffs on them, because they were they corroded away pretty much after a year and a half of use. But $30 online for new earpieces, it's a no-brainer. And they have natural noise cancellation in the muffs. I was like, god damn. But yeah, if you're getting headsets, Steel Series, absolutely the way to go, and they're compatible with PlayStation VR 2. Okay, come on. Yes, you don't want stick drift. One of the worst experiences, stick drift. I play a lot of Call of Duty. It's painful. Like, I've had situations recently before I swapped out that thumbstick where I'm in a window. Like, I've jumped on the windowsill, so I'm standing in the window. Shoot. Don't know what's going on around me. My character's walked out and fallen off to my death. Obviously, I pulled my parachute, but then I died because I was in the middle of the open. Not my happiest moment. Right. Goodness me, we've got 35 people in chat. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're having a great time. Happy Tuesday to everyone. It is Tuesday, right? Yeah, it has to be Tuesday. Looks like Dr. Boosted with 1,000 likes right there. Bailey with the 500. Mitch with the 490. Just moved up to P3.
The Xbox controllers that come with the consoles are sturdier than standalones.
Yeah, it's the worst thing. Yeah. I've definitely had a custom controller, which I might actually have around somewhere now. I bought a special controller for the PS4 back in 2019. And back paddles and everything. And that was a great controller. It was based on the... Please don't do that. But yeah, Xbox controllers I mean, there's a reason why they haven't changed the design in 20 years or whatever it was with the Xbox 360, because it's the best. That being said, yeah, mate, with the PS, I've done that as well with my PS5, but that's why I bought I'd always get my controllers replaced for free, because I kept my warranty, but then it just got to the point where I was like, screw it, I'll get a proper controller. Don't get me wrong, still get stick drift, but it's better than paying $300 for a new
Warden
Pro
says
controller.
to chat thumbstick positions and triggers for me.
I've never had on a PS3 controller. I've had the springs go with the triggers once. That's the only time I've ever had an issue like that. Well, we're going to engage the booster in a second, because I'm not going to be doing this for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to turbocharge through here. Helps if I don't crash into the wall every 2 seconds. Yeah, I think mine was about 300 Australian.
Warden says to chat, I wish I got the Master Chief Elite controller. They're like $500 now.
I'll tell you what would be a good one to get would be the oh, it might not hold as much value as the Master Chief one, but the Borderlands 4 controller thing that's coming out. I'm not entirely sure if there is one coming out, but I'm so hyped for Borderlands 4. I need another good like PvE game. Call of Duty has become unplayable for me. I've gotten heavily back into sim racing.
Warden says to chat, also the BO61.
Black Ops 6. Yeah, Black Ops 6. It started off really good, Black Ops 6, and then it just went to shambles. Like, the support wasn't there, balance wasn't there, AI slop was everywhere.
Warden says to chat, I used to play zombies every day, then just dropped it.
I absolutely loved COD Zombies on COD 5. Call of Duty Zombies these days, there's no horror of running out of ammo. There's no horror of realizing your gun that was a one-shot kill to the head is now a 5-shot kill to the head, and you've only got 40 bullets left in your mag. Great, mate. I loved playing Operations in Battlefield 1. I remember I've got so many good memories of that playing with a mate, pushing the objectives, screaming, going crazy. It was Battlefield 1 was the best Battlefield. That was when we were all tired of the future Call of Duties. It was when that Call of Duty came out with Infinite Warfare, and I think they did a rush job of remastering Modern Warfare 2019. And the only reason why the numbers were of Infinite Warfare were because everyone wanted to play Modern Warfare Remastered, which wasn't available at launch. You know the most messed up thing about Modern Warfare Remastered? We're as far away from Modern Warfare Remastered as Modern Warfare Remastered is away from the original Modern Warfare that came out in 2007. And we still don't have a genuine remaster of Modern Warfare 2.
I didn't mind Infinite Warfare. Campaign was forgettable though.
Really? I've heard that it's got one of the better campaigns. Like it's got a more of a you know, emotional attachment story. Like but apparently the robot had the best emotion. Bad Company 2, I've heard great things. Bad Company 1, don't know. I played Bad Company 2. That was a lot more on the super arcadey side for Battlefield. But overall, yeah, it was a great... Battlefields have done a lot of good. After Battlefield 4... After Battlefield 4 is when it started going downhill, in my opinion. Battlefield 4 is when everything... Like, the PS4 Xbox One, and everything just started going in the wrong direction. They fixed a lot of things wrong with it, don't get me wrong. But then Battlefield 1, they fixed everything. Battlefield 5 came out, kind of went backwards a little bit. Bad Company 2, Battlefield 3, really good. Battlefield 4 started off really badly. Actually bricked my PS4, actually. Went really... got to a really good place. Battlefield 1 came out in a really good place, and is still in a really good position now. And then Battlefield 5 came out. I think people had World War II fatigue at that point, because Call of Duty World War II released the following year. And then, what was after World War II? No, don't do that. After World War II was Black Ops 4, which had another boots on the ground, which wasn't a problem. It's when Battle Royale was starting to kick off. So Battlefield 5, when it came out, was World War II. They did Operation Fire.
Says the chat Battlefield 1 trailer was peak.
Oh, yeah. And imagine, I remember all... I think to this day, it's still the most disliked video on YouTube, the Infinite Warfare trailer. Because it was still doing, like animations from, 2009, like the ragdolls and stuff like that. That was their wake-up call. That's when they started developing Modern Warfare 2019.
28M Pierce says to chat, what is better, GT7 or Le Mans Ultimate?
Pierce, that's a very specific question, and I'll tell you why. Because there's not one right answer for that one. I'd say for the more person that wants a competitive online experience, Le Mans Ultimate. But there is risk versus reward. It's a much more punishing game, and it's pretty much at this time it's an online only game. Gran Turismo 7 is a lot more user-friendly, very accessible game, pick up and play, whereas Le Mans Ultimate's a lot more, you need to fine-tune things. Gran Turismo 7, just pick up, play, you can do whatever you want, you've got an array of cars. I think accessibility and enjoyability, Gran Turismo 7, but for the more serious driver who wants an esports level of racing, if you look at my most recent TikTok, not most recent one, my second most recent TikTok, it's of me going to turn 1 at Monza. You do not get clean turn 1s at Monza in F1 or on Gran Turismo 7 unless you're at the highest level. That was my first race at Monza in bottom split, and everyone got through turn 1 cleanly. And every race, pretty much everyone gets through cleanly. One car gets turned around most of the time, but other than that, it's a pretty clean race. They still get... Yeah, I do see the numbers of Battlefield 1 still quite popular. It's just a game that was done really well. It's just a shame that once the next flavor comes out, the support drops for it and not enough people play it. Turbo engaged. Okay, a bit wide there. What race am I doing right now? Oh, I'm still in the spiders, aren't I? Corner.
28M Pierce says to chat, are you doing the full run through of GT3?
If I keep the numbers up for it, I might. I mean, I'm doing it for fun, and I'm having fun. I'm gaming and having fun. I thought I'd stream while I do it. That's why I've started streaming. I'm just having fun. Hosting lobbies on F1, but F1 is already a pain in the butt. I've just realised you can't see anything over there to the left. F1's a pain in the butt to host online lobbies for, because the netcode's awful. And not nobody, a lot of people we play with know how to play properly. But the quality of driving is just not there in F1. It's basically, there's people that want to play F1 seriously, and then there's people that watch Drive to Survive, essentially. Or the F1 movie would now be the meme. But people just crash, don't brake, don't care. Bro, I swear.
Warden says to chat, I've sweated every F1 game since 2010, but haven't touched 25.
F1 25, Warden, is really good compared to F1 24. Craig, do you have a good if you have a good PC, you can just play it on an emulator, which is what I'm playing on. They're pretty straightforward to set up. Just gotta download a few files, and you're good to go. I think there's some apps on your phone where you can play a PlayStation 1 emulator. PlayStation 2 I think is a bit harder for phones to run. I think maybe the newer phones. Ah, okay. think you do PS1 emulation on your phone. But, yeah, PlayStation 2, I don't think they're powerful enough yet.
Warden says to chat League Racing for me peaked on 2017.
Yeah. I stopped playing F1 between 2012 until properly F1 21. And if you, like I said, you go down my TikToks, you'll see some clean racing going on. But the racing now on F1, it's just too many arcade guys, and I think that as a result, there's a lot more of like people that privatize their lobbies, kind of like what I'm doing, but I'm keeping in public, where they only let like clean drivers come in. Another Miata, amazing.
28M Pierce says to chat, yeah, there were a fair few people griefing in the last online lobby, got very frustrating.
Yeah, and I don't like it. I mean, my girlfriend and someone else, he kept saying my girlfriend was trash, and like, I think she told me what happened. She got punted in turn 3 at Singapore, or is it turn 4? 1, 2, 3. Turn 5 at Singapore, going onto the main straight. And he said, your girlfriend's trash, she can't drive. I'm like, she got taken out, mate. But he didn't care. So I was like, whatever. Because I know my missus doesn't race dirty. And if she did, she would have done it purely by accident. Anyway, we move on. We soldier on. I think what we're going to do now is, because we've kind of done what we really can do right now. What did we just win? Another Miata. I think every car we own is rear-wheel drive. Yeah, all of them are front-engine rear-wheel drive. Got the RX-7. RX-7's got a lot of power. How did I beat that? Anyway, we move on. I've got the turbo in it, but I don't think it'll be any good to me. We'll give it a crack, because I can do it in turbo challenges. Because the next one I can do, Stars and Drive, that's American cars only, isn't it? Yeah, American cars only. AD's done that. Turbo. Let's see if I can do this one. Alright, let's find out, ladies and gentlemen. I just need a top speed of 250 k's an hour, which is like 150 miles an hour. Engage the turbos. I think we've got the straight line speed here. We do. The RX-7 Savannah. Up to 5th gear, the speed's there. Alright. I've used, in my playthroughs of GT1, GT2, and now GT3, I've used a Mazda RX-7, this model, every time now. And I have to say, it's a beautiful car to drive. Like, its lines are just really nice. I wonder if this is going to be quick enough for the whole race. Because I think I had the initial acceleration, but I feel like that car on the low ground's catching me up. Thank you for the follow, Craig. Appreciate you, mate. I'm going to engage the turbo now. 2.5.
Craig says to chat, all good.
Let's just speed through this, shall we? Oh, thank you for the gift, Pierce, man. Appreciate you, man. Cheers for the support. This is riveting content right here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, on the heart, mate. You're too generous, Pierce, mate. Appreciate you, man. Not doing it for the money or anything, just doing it to entertain. Best I can. Hosting lobbies on F1 when I feel a little bit more love for the game. Wouldn't mind doing some public lobbies on Gran Turismo 7 so I can organise. Oh, all with the gifts, mate. Thank you so much, man. And the third, there it is. I wouldn't mind hosting GT7 lobbies and just offering people a cleaner racing experience, because it's too reliant on sport mode these days, and sport mode just has so much work to do. Oh, 11 popular thing stickers, man. Appreciate it, man. Ah, oh, gentlemen, you're too kind. I have to say, thank you so much. No, really appreciate that, guys. Thank you. Yeah, we're nearly at the end of this race here. Let's just speed through the end. And we're there. I think that was marginally catching me up as well. Right. Oh, more, man. Pierce, mate, you don't need to be doing that for me, my friend. As much as I appreciate it, you don't have to be doing that for me, my friend.
Craig says to chat, what was your favourite F1 year?
Probably, in terms of the game, F1 21. In terms of, well, the year as well, F1 21. I didn't really... In terms of actual watching the F1, F1 21 was just good because it was like a proper rivalry that wasn't really there since 2016. And it wasn't like a proper rivalry because they were never... I didn't really rate Rosberg-Hamilton rivalry because it was like Hamilton was clearly the better driver. Hamilton just got unlucky that year. 2010, I watched the final race of that season, but the first proper race I watched from start to finish because Webber nearly won. Thank you for the more gifts, man. Appreciate you, man. And then as we go further on through the years, nothing really happened. Vettel just dominated and got boring. 2012 was a great season, but I wasn't really into F1 then. I didn't properly watch F1 till 2014 when Ricciardo took over on Webber. Oh god, this is making me dizzy, this one.
Craig says to chat, Nice.
How about you, mate? What was your favourite?
Craig says
either,
to chat,
man.
game or season.
Both, even.
Warden says to chat 2016 or 2020 as a Checo fan.
2020 would hold a special place in your heart then, wouldn't it? When he won his first race, was practically last. He was last of the running cars at the end of lap 1. George Russell should have won that race. I reckon Mercedes intentionally effed him that
Craig
race.
says to chat, game 1 loved 17 and 22 and season probably 16.
Game of 2017, I think that's when they did the graphics overhaul, wasn't it? And 22. 22 was an interesting one. That's when they had like the really bad traction control. Like you get wheel spin in 5th gear, and it was just insane levels of handling issues, in my opinion. F1 22, in my opinion, ruined the racing for a lot of people, whereas F1 21 continued on what F1 2020 did. But F1 has not been good since 21, in my opinion. And 2016, the Battle of the Arrows. Yeah, I think if Malaysia didn't happen that year, as I go on the wall, if Malaysia didn't happen that year, Hamilton would have won the season
Warden says
easily.
The chat almost can't wait for the new regs.
Yeah, do you reckon? I don't have the pace for this. I reckon 100% Verstappen Verstappen will go to Mercedes, because when there was a last engine regulation change, who was the guys that had the best car off the rip? Put that on it. Engine. Put the chip on it. And I think I should put sports tires on it.
Craig says to chat, I wish they made another V8 supercar series.
I wouldn't mind a V8 car supercar series. I struggle to get into events in like motorsport outside of F1. Like, I know the racing's really good in V8. I've just never really been able to get into it.
28M Pierce says to chat Piastri for WDC.
I hope he wins the championship. He's definitely the most...
Warden says to chat, but didn't Merc do some sus testing before 2014 though?
I think Mercedes knew what the regulations were before anyone else did. The main reason why Mercedes had such an advantage is because they'd already invested a lot of money into hybrid technology beforehand. Of course, we're versing a Mitsubishi 3000 GT. I was wondering where that car was on the test course. Got a core memory of buying this car, thinking it was so quick.
Craig says to chat at 28M Pierce would be nice to see. 28M Pierce says to chat, if Mercedes have a good car next year, Verstappen will win WDC.
I find it so fun. I reckon a part of the reason why Verstappen is also going to Mercedes is just to spite Russell out of his seat as well. Thing is, Russell is not... He doesn't have the personality either. Like, he's not cold-blooded. He's just the posh boy who orders a nice latte. And a nice latte for me. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind Russell. I loved Russell when he was at Williams because he was the underdog. But then, the moment he went to Mercedes, he had that sense of entitlement.
.28M Pierce says to chat, Russell takes things too personally when Verstappen doesn't care.
Yeah, Russell's like posh spice. Oh, how am I going to catch
Time says to chat, hey Red, how's it been?
Hi Tam, mate, doing well, mate. I played a couple races of Le Mans Ultimate earlier. I won my first one, qualified first, finished first, just 10-second lead. And then on the next race, started P5, finished P3. Was battling for P2 on the final lap, but just couldn't do it. Alright, we're going to engage Pro Strats here, ladies and gentlemen. Because he's too quick for me, this car. We need to do what needs to be happening, unfortunately.
Mitch says to chat, thoughts on Lance Stroll.
Well, if you follow me, you'll know what I think of him. I mean, you've already followed me because I can hear your voice. But the window licker.
Craig says to chat, I still can't believe the deal Hamilton signed. He should just retire. He has been the GOAT, now move on.
Oh, I never...
28M Pierce says to chat, you mean thoughts on the GOAT? Time says to chat, that's good mate, have you played the new update yet?
I'll read those messages now. Thoughts on Lance Stroll? Lance Stroll needs to leave F1, he's just taking up a space. Lance Stroll I absolutely despise. If you go on YouTube, after I stop streaming obviously, and search...
Warden says to chat, Stroll always seems like he doesn't care.
If you search on YouTube, Rocket Powered Mohawk, and type in, this is why people hate you.
Pierce says to chat, Lance Stroll or go defeat.
And
Mitch says to chat, one man army.
And if you the cover art of the video is just Lance Stroll having the most punchable face possible, and his video, not only is it hilarious and my favorite video on YouTube, it explains why he shouldn't be in F1 essentially, because Lance Stroll had funding from Williams when he was in F2, which is the only reason why he won the series, because he drove for a team that had Williams funding and that his daddy bought for him, like Aston Martin, and he still can't win because everyone's on their own playing field. And then on he got like heaps of race bans in Formula 3, I think it was, because he just kept crashing into people and never learning from it.
Craig says to chat, do you rate Daniel Ricciardo?
In his prime at Red Bull, yes I do. In Renault, he was really good as well. In McLaren, the car style ruined him. Now, I love Daniel Ricciardo. I think if he had gotten that seat at Red Bull, I think he may have done something. But something happened after McLaren ruined him. Because when he was at Red Bull, he was challenging Verstappen. They were going blow for blow with each other. And then, overnight, Lando Norris was his teammate, and he got dunked on. Which is really confusing, because at Red Bull, like I said, he was... Yeah, Ricciardo made me hate Verstappen for a while, because of Baku 2018. Baku 2018 was when I thought, nah, Verstappen's an absolute twat. Because he moved under braking, took Ricciardo out, and the team kind of shunned Ricciardo. I was shocked he went to Renault. I don't know why he went to Renault. Of all the teams in F1 to go to, why would you go to the team that gives you the power unit that causes most of your mechanical DNFs? All your DNFs in F1 were from a Renault power unit, and you went to Renault. So that was a suicidal move in his career. I think he got sweet talked and tricked.
28M Pierce says to chat, Renault ruined his career.
See, I don't think they ruined his career, because he got them a podium in 2020 at the Eiffel Grand Prix at Nürburgring. But McLaren is the team that ruined him. Because Ricciardo's stock didn't go downhill in 2020 and 2019. Yeah.
Warden says to chat, he got a big bag of money.
We can retire now. Oh.
28M Pierce says to chat, he should have stayed at Red Bull in my opinion.
Oh, if he had stayed at Red Bull, I think Red Bull would have won 2021's Constructors and last year's Constructors. I think Ricciardo is better than Perez, or what Perez would have been if he had been there at the same, like, compared apples to apples. But, the team was slowly transitioning away from Ricciardo to Verstappen. Ricciardo was no longer their golden child.
Warden says to chat, Checo got shafted a lot in 2021.
I think, in 2021 he got forcibly put into his number 2 role, and he was the hero of Red Bull. Though let's not forget, he's the reason Verstappen won Abu Dhabi. With everything that happened, holding him up after that first pit stop, allowed Verstappen to do another pit stop, allowed the safety car to bring him in, all these other things that just allowed him to win the race, essentially. So let's not take away Checo Perez's part to play in Abu Dhabi. But other than that, like, he was driving a car that he couldn't drive. Not that he couldn't drive it. I mean, look at Tsunoda and Lawson. It's a terrible car to drive. But because of where everything sits now, we're going backwards there. But it means I've unlocked a car that I can do in the earlier races. Yeah, that was...
28M Pierce says to chat, his defending against Hamilton in Abu Dhabi was class.
Yeah, you know what it gives? It gives playing with a friend who's maybe a second lap slower than you, that can't catch up to the cars ahead. You're trying to slow them down so they can get the race win. So they'll keep playing with you. Because you like playing with your friends. It's effing chat. Please tell me these cars are stock. Oh, these don't look stock. What is this? Oh, great heavens. Oh, this is painful.
28M Pierce says to chat Lance Stroll for podium in Spa.
The only podium...
Gordon says to chat Spain 2023 he knew something was going wrong with the car and they didn't listen to him.
I love that Drive to Survive scene where it's...
Craig says to chat that just looks like you're stuck in slow-mo.
Yeah, even fast forward doesn't do enough. I remember, I love that a manager's meeting between Horner and Toto. He's like, change your fucking car. I was like, no, you change your car because Checo says the car's awful. It's like, no, he doesn't. And it's like, well, little did you know. But yeah, Checo got done awful. Excuse me, sir. Who said you could overtake me? Checo got done awfully. And we couldn't see it because Verstappen was easily driving that car. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be implementing the OG Trial Mountain Pro Strats. As you can see, the vehicle will not go up the hill. And we're actually losing speed. We went down... Oh no, the speed's coming back now. But we need to engage now the elitist Pro Strat of Trial Mountain. You'll know it when we see it. As we come down the hill.
28M Pierce says to chat what are your thoughts on the 2021 Abu Dhabi call for the lapped cars to unlap themselves?
This car is so slow, the Pro Strat doesn't even work. I think Abu 2021 was wrong. I do think that was wrong. Verstappen shouldn't have won that race. However, he still deserved to win that year. Is my opinion. I think Hamilton had favours. I think Hamilton, honestly, should have been disqualified at Silverstone for what he did to Verstappen. I think what happened there was unfair to Verstappen. At the very least, he deserved a bigger...
Gordon says to chat it was justice for Hungary and Britain.
Britain, what he got at Imola. At Imola, he got a lucky safety car that allowed him to secure a podium when he didn't deserve a podium. A lot of things went Hamilton's way that season. I don't want to put money into this car, that's the problem. Surely.
Craig says to chat, do you rate young Oscar Piastri?
Yeah, Piastri is a world champion. I think he'll win this year. And he deserves to as well, the way he's been driving. That's ridiculous, man. I do not like that. This is beginner league. Why have they got parts in them?
Warden says to chat, I'm waiting for the Cadillac drivers' announcements.
There's only 3 drivers that I know are being considered for it. Ricciardo, Bottas, Perez.
$28M Pierce says to chat, Landos wins haven't been as good as Oscars this year.
The only win of... Yeah, no... Oh, he had a convincing win at, No, he hasn't actually. No, has he? Every race where... You're absolutely right. Every race where Lando's won, it's not been convincing. Except for, I think Monaco was pretty convincing. Yeah, we got the pace now. Sweet. We've got nearly twice as much brake horsepower. Amazing.
Warden says to chat, the same reporter that confirmed Lawson to RB reckons Checo has signed to Cadillac.
Yeah, to be fair, it wasn't a very hard guess to predict Lawson was going to get the Red Bull seat. It just depended if he was going to Red Bull or AlphaTauri for the next, or Toro Rosso, Visa, whatever they're bloody called. Don't turn it.
$28M Pierce says to chat thoughts on Bottas replacing Colapinto for the rest of the season.
It's not a terrible decision. Bottas is a safe choice. He is probably in the same tier as Hulkenberg as a driver. Probably a step below. Even then. I think Bottas and Hulkenberg are on the same level. I like Hulkenberg more. I think Bottas's personality is really good. He got really stuffed over last year with Sauber's car. But I think Bottas will be a good baseline to see how Gasly actually is. And if the car's the problem or the drivers they're using are a problem with the current regulations. Because they obviously want to secure as much money for the next season. I'd argue if you've got the money in the back pocket, you shouldn't need to worry about... what do you call it? You shouldn't need to worry about the... if you have the money, you shouldn't have to worry about it. You should finish last. So you've got more development time in the wind tunnel testing, because that's where all of the R&D needs to be going right now for 2026. Because I guarantee that whoever nails those aero, because the aero package is completely different. It's basically got two aero packages now that change between the high speed sections and the slow speed sections, or the corners and the straights. No more DRS. Cars are going to be made smaller. It's going to be the first season. My prediction on next season is I'm not in who's going to win. I reckon some teams are going to nail the straight line speed, but they're going to do a terrible job for the high downforce, and vice versa. There may be one team that has a good combo of both, and they'll be in it every race. And fundamentally, I think that team will win. But there's going to be teams that are like a rocket ship on the straights, but absolute donkeys in the corners.
Warden says to chat, is the changing aero driver activated?
I believe so. It's like Z and X mode, I think. No more DRS. I think it's a 50-50 power split now. Simulations haven't been good though, because apparently in races like Monza there's not enough battery power, and the cars are running out of energy on the straight to the point where they're slower than an F2 car, which isn't ideal. Just speed away. So glad I can fast forward through some of this, man. It's a bit slow to say the least. Laguna Seca as well. Four laps, are you serious? 0 to 60 in 11 seconds, and it's got a turbo in it. This might take away a bit from the authenticity of the game, but I'm not doing 4 laps of this at normal speed. Oh, I turned in too early, wasn't paying attention. Have I got messages that I've missed? I have. Don't text and drive, kids. You know what the weird thing is with Lando?
Says to chat, are you a fan of Lando?
I was a massive fan of Lando up until a few races after he won last year. I was like, he deserves a win, and he got it, and he earned.
Says to chat, I've always hated him.
I didn't always hate him. I think he's a little princess, at times. And he's like, oh, woe is me. I've made a mistake in the world. I hate myself. Like, mate, you're an F1. You've gone to where you are. Say, okay, I messed up. I'm going to come back stronger next week. But he literally, I remember, he made the wrong call at Russia to pit. He chose not to pit, and he ended up finishing P7 behind his teammate, who was like miles behind. And he was just pretty much crying. And I'm like, mate, chill out. You've been in F1 for like 3 years. Just chill out. It's essentially what I kept thinking. And then he didn't chill out. Whenever he had a good race, like, yeah, everything was epic. But everything, he's just too far on the sad side when things go wrong. And then he started winning. In last year, he got a bit entitled. Like, they looked after him at Hungary last year. They said, look, we'll give you the first pit stop. And then he's like, alright, give the place back to Oscar. And he just keeps going. And like, I've made my point. I'm the better driver, guys. That's not the point. And then he made Oscar look like he hadn't earned that win when he had earned that win. But he was helping his teammate out to cover him off from an undercut, sorry. This game made me hate Laguna Seca. I hated Laguna Seca for the longest time. It's not just this game. But I just don't... I never liked the corners. I'm used to them these days. But the way the corners are everywhere, they're just so unsettling. Jeez, that car's going quick there. Like, these two right-handers coming up are just so awkward. Because you've got to turn in later than you think you do. For them. And if you don't, you should be able to go through them all out in the faster cars. In these cars, this will be easy. Get out of the way.
Warden says to chat the sweaty time trial with the Viper. 28M Pierce says to chat people compare Norris to Verstappen, but if you put them both in the same car, Verstappen would win.
Oh, on Gran Turismo 2, yeah, I did that a few days ago. Yeah, it's a brutal time trial. Thing is, like, it's easy. The licenses on Gran Turismo 2 got easier as you went on. It took me like a day to do the first 2 licenses, and it took me like 2 hours to do like the rest of them. My most challenging one that I had to cheese was the one where you had to do the stop-start with the R34 Skyline, because when you'd stop the car, it would just drift off a little bit for like half a second, so you'd lose half a second. So I ended up learning that if I just turned the car while stopping, it would be easier.
Warden says to chat the one on this game as well, where ya do all TTs to get the Penots.
Oh, where do you do the time trials? In arcade mode, or...? Oh, true. And then you win it in the full mode.
Warden says to chat yeah arcade.
Or do you only unlock it in arcade mode? Yes, the second half of the first corner.
Warden says to chat, I remember getting PTSD from the Laguna Seca one.
I might give it a crack after this. See how much PTSD I'll get from it from a couple tries. I don't want to unlock the panels this early in the game, that's the thing. Come on, let's get him.
Warden says to chat, I believe it goes to your GT garage if you get all golds.
Oh, that's good. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to win a car that's going to be OP at this part of the game. I want to like kind of level myself off. Like in Gran Turismo 2, I would do all the available races before I went on to the next license. I did that until I got to the last license, and I was like, okay, let's just do whatever the hell we want. But I wasn't getting many viewers for GT2, so I just did it offline and did my own thing. I've got one odd video on. But yeah, the moment I got past that car, he was nowhere near as quick anymore. And we've just cut that chicane entirely.
Warden says to chat, have you played the Concept GT?
Yeah, like with the pod cars and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I played pretty much everything, man. From GT4 Prologue to my first Gran Turismo to GT HD Concept. All right, let's give that license you were talking about a crack. A Mini Cooper, amazing. All right, let's give that time trial a go, shall we? I hope I can just do it. Laguna Seca. Oh, it's not. Yeah, you win this car. Let's give it a crack, shall we? I don't know the line of this car, but let's have a looky look.
Warden says to chat, I was like 8 years old when I first did it, so that could be a factor.
You say that now, eh? No, I did it last week, actually. No, Gran Turismo 3 is a lot easier compared to Gran Turismo 2. Like, as gaming became more accessible, they had to make gaming more accessible to the average player. I'm only going to do it this one attempt. How do we do? Third, so we're not quite gold there. How far off were we? Only 1.5 seconds off. Not too bad. Plenty of time to be found. Not gonna bother doing any more though. It's gonna just, yeah, it's not what we're here for. We might do it another time. We've done another thing now. We want a Mini Cooper. I think I've done pretty much. What's got more power? 61 versus 105. I've got the FF challenge, haven't I? Well, it's 10 o'clock my time. Let's just get the next license on board, shall we? Oh, not this one. Alright. Fast forward down the straight. Not in the mood to wait around. I nearly did that first try and I didn't even do a good job. Should have paid attention to first gear then at least. I braked late and I nearly gold that first try. That's how easy the license is on it. So this is what happens when you talk out your ass a lot. That should be it. There we go. Second finished attempt. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Laguna Seca, turn 1 and 2. I tell you what missions I love doing were the Gran Turismo 4 missions. I remember having to do like laps around the test course trying to lap cars through Slipstream. .26.4, not a good lap by me. A lap nonetheless. Can I cut this? I can.
Warden says to chat, the Nords with the SLR was disgusting.
Oh yeah, that was brutal. I did it. Nissan R89C was the prize car for that one. What a car it was as well. Yeah, okay. I need to brake later and then control my throttle here, which is annoying because you don't normally have to control your throttle. Oh, I'm like just like that. Told you what needed to be done. I did it even with a bad start, and I got a gold, ladies and gentlemen. I might talk from my ass, but damn does it smell sweet. What a quote that is. Leo, mate, more than happy to give you a follow, man. What even is your name? I see Leo. I see that icon. I'll give you a follow now, mate. If you ask nicely, happy to give you a follow, man. It's a bit hard to follow someone called Leo when it's your icon's a bit hard to identify in the thing. If you give me a follow, man, I'll give you a follow back. I have to send a quick sweep through of all the Leos, and I'm struggling to see your name, sadly. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, shall we? It's 2000. Ooh, so close. Half a tenth. That's probably the gear shifts at the start as well. Not a good line. No worries, Pierce, mate. You have a great night. Thank you for your support tonight, man.
To chat, I've got to go now. See you next time.
There we go, there's gold. Bad line, but I still got it. Went very wide on the exit. No, yeah, it's the old radius curve. Even touching it fails you. No, no, no.
Warden says to chat, would it be a late or early Apex here?
I think it's yes. See if holding a higher gear gives better stability. Thinks it's quickest when it's touching the curb. Like it keeps getting speed, and the weight shift is helping pull it in. Yeah. The thing is now I'll have a ghoster challenge, so that'll be good. There we go, found it. Had to do a bit more throttle feathering then, which was my issue. Alright, well, we started about 15 minutes ago on the licenses, and we are already halfway through them. Same thing before, more speed. Oh, third ping now. There it is. It's got a bigger curve this time. Did it on the first try, ladies and gentlemen. It's another one secured. Like I said, so much easier in the PlayStation 2 generation. PlayStation 1 was just insanely brutal. Ooh, that's heavy. That feels like a tank. Three-tenths off. Silver on the first try. Not bad. I messed up this corner. Didn't realize how much understeer I'd have. I keep forgetting to go down to second gear as well. Half the gap. Forgot down to go second gear, remember? Second gear. Although, maybe second gear a little bit later on the corner. Let's try that again. don't rate Jags. Like, the older Jags were really good, but these ones just... I've never liked the modern Jags. Even the F-Types... Oh, the F-Type's pretty good. I don't know. Like, I've never really gone, oh, that's like a Jag I'd want for me. Pray the throttle sticks.
Warden says to chat XJS was chef's kiss.
The XJ220, the rapid ones were good. But I don't know. I think when other manufacturers try being too much like them, I guess. Because the Ford Mondeo just looks like a Jag. Did it just? By skin of my teeth there. That one I actually had to work for, I'm not going to lie. Oh no, not this one. Oh no, oh this one took me forever. Oh, the PTSD's kicking in. Oh no. I know exactly what I need to do for it, but oh no. Oh no, it's one corner, and I think I shifted at the wrong time as well. This one is probably the hardest in the whole game, in my opinion, going off memory. Second hardest, sorry, after the RUF RGT one. Oh! I thought I was going to be over this one so quickly. Oh no. No. Oh no. Watch me not beat this for like an hour now. Oh, that's painful. Oh, that's just brutal. This is just mean. On my second attempt, I get within that close. Understeer. And this is the ugliest Camaro of all time. I don't care what anyone says. Too much understeer. We're going to be here a while, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize for getting your hopes up of how we got through the first 7 of them in this matter of minutes. You couldn't have just given it to me on the second try, could you, game? Turned in too soon. There's a bit more turning I can get compared to my fastest lap. I don't have much in it. I did most of it very well. Come on. It's one corner. An unsettling hill of Seattle. But now I've hit the wall, lost all my speed. Turned in too early. Do I have to scan to flick it, this one? Keep doing it too soon. Too much with back end instability. Boo. Turned in too soon. Oh, this is painful now. I think I had a good line there, just turned in a little bit too soon. Turned in too soon again. Didn't turn enough. We're hurting now, ladies and gentlemen. We are absolutely hurting. For 8 thousandths of a second, we need to find. No, like, just not there, is it? Ah! Don't think I was going to beat it anyway. Oh. It's catching him up on the apex as well. Got to gear up. Oh, come on, laddie. Let's get it. I wonder if staying in third gear is the way to go. No. It might be, but not at that speed. Might be the way to go, I just gotta get the angle right. The engine notes are different now, so it's hard to tell what speed I need to be at. It feels like it's understeering in third though. Nah, no way. Second gear all the way. Goodness me. I'm always like, need just that little bit more from the game. I want to try and open up that corner, but that's hard to do as well. I've done that time before as well. Anybody got any pro strats for this one? Forgot to shift up then, silly me. How I did on my second attempt, I got within 8 thousandths of a second, and I've not been able to beat it since. Oh, this is unfair. And I've missed the vehicles there. I can't lose time here. Damn it. I think I have to flick it wide a little bit to get it right. Because some of the exits I'm carrying more speed when I go wide. I just need to carry more speed when I get there. And not hit the wall. That's the main one. Not hitting the wall. Wasn't going to beat it anyway. It's just close and close and close, but it's never better. Better that time, but I didn't have enough rotation. I was very unsettled then. It's hard to keep the car stable as well. Yeah. Oh. We're gonna get it eventually. Come on. Looked like I was doing it then as well. Yeah, man. I've done it lots of times in the past, man. Just could have nailed the corner a bit better. I've gotten stuck on this one in the past as well. Like, on my second attempt, I was an 8,000ths off. Thought I'd do it a lot quicker. But we're getting there. We're going to get it. Just got to do it right. I know what I need to do. Not enough rotation. I've struggled on other ones on previous Gran Turismos in the last 2 weeks, so this one in comparison is actually child's play, believe it or not. Because I know what I need to do. This is a inch perfect one. There's one of like 2 or 3 on this one that's actually inch perfect, so it's not too bad. But the car handles like an actual boat. But I'm trying to get the throttle and everything nailed, but it's difficult to say the least. Okay, that's what I don't get. I don't think I braked early then, but it just beelined into the wall. Come on, let's get it. This time, surely. It was not this time.
Warden says to chat, give it the full Sterling Moss.
Well, just don't brake. Or the Scandinavian flicky. So I'm getting within just about a 10th every time I do it. Just need to be on a 10th ahead on the other side. If I do it at the right spot, the car bottoms out, and the car's weightless when it goes over the crest. So it's all about timing. Ideally, I need to be accelerating by the time I get to the corner. I can't be like lifting off anymore. But if I turn in too early, I'll just get a bad apex line. Turn in or hit the wall. Turn in too late, and I just don't do anything. Like that one there, it was pretty decent, just too slow. I had a good corner and everything, I just wasn't carrying the speed to do a good line. Get there though, come on.
Warden says to chat, how long can Ya hold second?
Until this is, I can't even hold it to the next jump. So I'll stay in second this time. Bottoms out here. It bottoms out just before the next jump. That's why I shift on the jump. Okay, that might be a stretch. No, it wouldn't be. It was carrying too much speed on the exit. It would have caught me up before. We'll try it one more time now. Sometimes it turns so well there, and then when it does turn so well, I don't expect it, and then I'm in the wall right away. Why did you understeer then, man? Shouldn't have been any understeer then. But it was, and it did, and it just ruined it again. Too much turn angle, put me in the wall. The understeer and oversteer is unpredictable. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I've done it. We're gonna clip that. Yeah, first try.
The chat first try.
The first try that mattered, anyway. And then, yeah, this one. I was just thinking about when I would do it. I know this one's brutal as well, though. Don't think it's as hard. Second gear will be the gear I want there. Can I stay off the track here? No. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like Gran Turismo 2. There we go. So there's my first banker. I know what I need to do though. $30,000 off. Don't be rude. Oh, understeer. That car got heavy then. Oh, beat it just. If I didn't clip the grass and forget to change gear then, I might have done it. Oh, damn it. Too much sand. Forgot the gear again, but it doesn't matter. I did it by 12,000ths. Yeah, first try again, Warden. There you go. Alright, that's the next license done, ladies and gentlemen. Ew. Like Mazda RX-8, nice, but ew, what is that? That's obviously a concept. I was sitting on 30 grand. I think I get like 75 grand for that, don't I? It's a car I'll never get back. I'm never going to use it. Let's just bin it. Get that 75 grand for it. How much do the rally cars cost? I think like 200 grand, aren't they? Let's do some more events, shall we? What's a little... That's where we've got to figure out what's a good event to do. Can I get an MR? Let's try and get an MR. I know what exactly the MR car I want to buy. The one mid-engine rear-wheel drive I want to drive in this game. And it's the NSX Type R. Championship white. This guy will probably carry us away, carry us through most of the game now. 6 grand. I swear they weren't 6 grand before. Engine, put a chip on it. Probably all we'll need for now. Oil change. Put some rims on it, obviously. Do we have... Gotta be that one. Alright, we got the money now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's start swimming through these events. Start with you. Not that one. We should be pretty much set for a long time now. Tomahawk's got nothing on me, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I wish the same thing. Upscale to 4K like this has been done. In terms of single player experience, nothing compares to these Gran Turismos 3 and 4. Gran Turismo 2 was up there. I think Gran Turismo 2 tried to do too much, and I mean, you physically can't get 100% completion on Gran Turismo 2. I'll put it that way. Oh, I'm looking at the message as well. GD4 was the complete package. It had everything. It had missions. It had a lot of license tests, which, for the person that, yeah, licensing issues.
Chat licensing issues.
100%, man. I mean, look at Lotus. Lotus isn't even in Gran Turismo anymore. That's why you don't see any games racing games remastered, because the licenses only last for so long. The used wheels. I put custom wheels on mine. Do you mean used cars? I like how on like very specific days you could buy black editions.
Says to chat unless they got it backwards compatible for free, but why would they?
Yeah. Oh, they might do it with Gran Turismo. They might do it at one point. They're doing a lot of backwards compatibility with certain PS2 games. Like think about it, like some of the Ratchet and Clanks they've done it with. I think the PSP ones though, and Jack and Daxter. But like I said, licensing. I mean, I've got new rims on this Honda that I bought, but they're not pre-owned, they're just brand new. That was an easy enough race, wasn't it? Yeah. Just iconic tracks more than anything. I will say the only issue with Gran Turismo 3, they didn't have any of the short layouts of longer tracks. Like they didn't have Grand Valley East or Clubman Stage Route 5. And it just made the race, some of the races, especially at the start, just too short. My eyes, man, they're sore as hell. I've got to stop rolling them. I don't know why I do it. It's probably autism or something. What everything is now, isn't it? If you do something wrong, it's autism.
Warden says to chat like the original PS3 could do backwards compatibility. To know why the newer ones couldn't.
Yeah, so with the original PlayStation 3, the 60GB Fat Boys, they were PS2 backwards compatible, but Sony quickly realized that they were still selling PlayStation 2s at quite a high volume, so they pulled them out of rotation and stopped them completely. Eventually they discontinued the PS2, but they didn't bring that back, so that's kind of disappointing. And then the PS3 wasn't backwards compatible, and it was... Remember that generation of console just fell off the face of the earth, in my opinion. Like, they still made games for it up till like 2016, but the games were dog. Like, think about like the Black Ops 3 on the original PlayStation 3. Like, that was just abysmal. But I wish, yeah, Gran Turismo 6, I would say, is one of the better Gran Turismos. It missed a lot of features like endurance races and a proper license test system, but it would have, a lot of the fundamentals were really good. Like at the Ayrton Senna tribute missions and all this other stuff. The one thing Gran Turismo 6 got wrong was it released a month after the PS4 came out on the PlayStation 3. All Gran Turismo had to do was port forward Gran Turismo 6 to the PS4, and it would have been a big hit. But they didn't left on the PS3, and the PlayStation 4 had no racing games. You had Need for Speed Rivals, then you had, I'm not sure what came first, but it was either Drive Club, The Crew, and Project Cars all came out around the same time. I think Project Cars was the latter of the three, and Project Cars was the sim racing game on the PlayStation 4 at the time, and it was a great sim racing game. Gran Turismo Sport came out in around 2017. Long enough time for that Project Cars had died off a little bit, but I think Project Cars 2 was on the horizon. Project Cars is a much better simulator, but it lacked a lot of features that made a good racing game. I'll say it once and I'll say it a million times. The best server systems for online racing games was Gran Turismo 5. Gran Turismo 5 had the best platform for online racing. There was peer-to-peer communication, a star network system for hosting, so if the host left, the lobby wouldn't end, which happens nowadays. If the host leaves, yeah,
Warden says to chat, I got GT Sport day one with the console.
Yeah, I got PS4 on day one when it got launched. But Gran Turismo Sport I bought day one. Good game, don't get me wrong. I've got videos on my YouTube from 7-8 years ago of me commentating, of me doing last to first before like all the good players hopped on. The budget Ferraris behind us there. Gran Turismo Sport, like, it didn't have many cars, but it didn't have many cars due to the fact that it had the cars it needed, which was its GT3 category cars, which at the time were all modern Gran Turismo, like modern race cars, like the SLS AMG, the Ferrari 458, the McLaren 650S, whatever it was called. Like all of its GT3 cars were based on modern cars. But all of them now are out of date, or 5 years out of date, and concept cars. Like the Genesis is a concept, the Beetle is a concept, the RCZ is a concept based on a car from 2008. It doesn't have any new cars, and I'm playing Le Mans Ultimate, and that's got the 2025 Ferrari, McLaren, Chevy, it's got all of them. And patch 1.0 came out today, and it came with the Aston Martin Valkyrie Le Mans edition, which is a monster of a car. And I look forward to driving it when I get to silver safety rating, which I think I'm 1 race away. I hope I don't have to get to gold, because that'll be like another week and a half of racing. And I won't be on tomorrow, sadly. I'll do this race, and I think I've got to call it after this race, ladies and gentlemen, because it's 11 PM my time. And I made a big mistake there, which means I'm tired. So after this race, we'll see what we win. I'll save. I'll say I'm ending the stream, and then I'll be calling it a night. And I'll probably do this again.
Warden says to chat, I love both the Aston GT3 and Hypercar.
The Valkyrie, yeah, it's on the Mons Ultimate. You mean the Valkyrie and the Vantage? Oh, they're beautiful cars. How that became a Le Mans prototype, I don't know, because it's a Formula 1 car in disguise. But as long as it's not generating more downforce over the drag coefficient or whatever it is, it's legal. It's the best sounding car in Le Mans, I'll tell you that for free.
Warden says to chat, just in general, I've been waiting for iRacing to get the Aston GT3 for ages.
Because I signed up for iRacing, played it for a week, and then I got the Mons Ultimate. I think iRacing is better racing standards, but I'm enjoying just the cars I have available. I bought the game, I bought the DLC for the game, but I prefer Le Mans Ultimate's racing. Oh, why'd you give me that game? Alright, what more can I do from here? I will be going in a second. I want to see if we are competitive with these cars in the championship. If we are, I want to see how far away we are. Are these just rally cars? So they'll all be all-wheel drive off the rip. On a GT300s as well. They'll handle a lot better than me in the corners. Yeah, so it looks like we have to put some tyres on this car to compete with these. Like, I don't want to just walk away with it either. We need to keep that in mind. So let's just do 2 laps, just see how we perform. I think we've got the straight line speed, that's the thing. Yeah, I think we've got the straight line over him. I reckon sports tyres and some drivetrain upgrades, and we will be ready for this championship, which is probably what our next challenge will be when we play next time. So let's look at that straight line speed. It's close though. My biggest beef is, for some reason, the moment you get past them, they fall off. I wish they brought this track to Gran Turismo. This is a great street track. Boink. Thing is, if it's not a high-speed track either, I'm not going to stay ahead, so I do need to make sure I have a car fast enough. Saying that would be a good challenge. Scheme of things, this will be a good race. I think we're pretty much at the level we want to be for that. But that's a high speed track as well. Alright, let's save that. We'll put the parts on it so we don't forget. Tyres. Sports tyres. Don't need to make it quicker. I think we're pretty good there. Let's just put these parts on it. Prove it chassis. And then we'll put on... Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you all for hopping in to watch. It is now time to save and say goodnight. I hope you all enjoyed having a trip down memory lane. But until then, have a great night. And I will see you all very soon. If you wanted to see what we did and you've hopped in recently, it's all going to be on YouTube as well. If everyone wants to have a great night, that'll be awesome. Thank you, and good night.